Touch it. That's it. Okay. This is the Traffic Commission meeting on October 21st, 7:30 PM. And I am the chair. Let's go down. Arthur Cohn,
Catherine Shea Calabria.
Pamela Kravitz.
Richard Kirk.
okay. On the agenda for this evening is a discussion on a proposed new traffic pattern at Macclesfield. I can never pronounce it. Macclesfield Park. Is there anything new on this that I don't even know what's really happening there?
Well, actually, it used to be a one-way
Yes.
around, but now you can go both ways now
Did
when you
they
get
put
in.
another exit in?
No,
Why put another exit in?
I don't know, but I was hoping Kevin would be here
Yes, I
today
was
so that
hoping
we
Kevin would
could,
be here or
you know,
come
we
on
could
here.
discuss, because
Yeah.
he uses that field quite a
I
bit.
know. He's the one who
And
really,
he's been
Yes.
complaining about
yes.
the traffic flow and how, you know, it wasn't working for a while and then they switch it back to two ways, and there's got to be a better way.
It's
the
it's
traffic.
tough. It can be when it's get crowded in there with everybody playing ball.
Yeah.
No, I've been
And I-
there different times.
Yeah, I haven't used that field for a long time because my kids are all, you know, grown up and out of the house now. So I don't really know what the traffic conditions are, but Kevin would know firsthand, and I
Well,
was hoping that we could,
Yes, I don't know. He didn't email me or anything, but that's,
so we may have to, you know, table this discussion.
There a few weeks ago for the first time in years. I used to be there a lot. It's, you know, but it was a running event. Right?
Oh.
Okay,
It's a ton of
okay.
Oh, they
people.
didn't have
You
it.
can look page.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
worker.
yeah.
But is it running two ways?
It is two ways now.
Okay.
Yes, it is two ways, yeah. They changed that.
Did they put a line or anything on the
Right.
road or no?
I think there's a stop sign that allows you to turn, you know, left or right. Before there was a sign that says
Yes, yeah,
only
yes,
go
yes.
one way.
Oh, okay, okay, either way then.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I know there was one way. You had to go around.
yeah,
Microphones be lit up. or not
Yes,
lit
they
up?
should be lit up.
yeah.
That's it.
If,
Yes.
if you're talking, yes.
If you're talking, they
Should
should
be
be
lit
lit
up.
up. Yes, well, just leave them on, yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait for Kevin to come back to go over that one. How about the deer map now? The deer map
Okay,
updated whenever,
it,
a long time ago.
yes, the last update was back in 2016, and Scott, was one of the members, used to take care of that every year. And the reason that I suggested we, you know, talk about the deer map is I think Ginny, Ginny is in the audience, and
Yes,
she had sent an email saying there's some chatter on social media about the deer, you know, accidents or incidents. And I looked at the last time that we
I
updated.
guess if
the-
you come up here and just push the thing, yeah, that'll probably
Yeah,
record
the
that.
green light is on, so.
All right, see if,
Okay,
I guess it'll record then. We're new at this.
Can
In
you,
case anybody's watching, we're new at this, so. Push the green.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, there was a lot of, I'm thinking back now, it's been a few weeks, but there was a lot. Somebody had commented that there were 4 dead deer along Oxford Valley Road, which I live off Oxford Valley. I saw one of them, it was a doe, no, a fawn, I'm sorry, on the side of the road. That's a very dark area there. So I can see why deer get hit in that area. But there was also talk of other areas in the township. So it just, I think I sent an email occurring to
did,
me
yeah.
about
Yeah.
updating that.
yes. So we, yeah. So anyway, that's, you know, I printed out copies of
Yeah.
the map, and I think, you know, I'd like to work on it with somebody else. And then we could contact Scott to see how he
Yes, see if-
updated.
Yeah, see if Scott maybe,
The map.
no longer on the commit, but he may be able to, because he really was into it. He was
Yeah.
into it.
And I think what he did was he looked at the accident reports.
Yeah.
And listed all of the areas that either had an incident or somebody noticed a deer or might have called, you know, the township about it. And I think, so then he just went and put pins on all the locations. But, you know, talking about the deer, I've noticed even, I live near Quarry Hill School, and there's some areas that are like wooded areas around me, and
Yes.
I've noticed a lot more deer this year. And in fact, there's been a couple of times where I would consider a near miss, where, you know, I'm driving and the deer just jump in front of me. And I said, okay, there are others, so I slowed down or stopped. Yeah, it's,
Yes.
and I know that the township's going to have a bow and arrow deer hunting over there at Snipes.
Yeah, they usually do that every
The
year.
woods.
I think they.
I think that's coming up. There's going to be,
Well, unfortunately, because of all the building, they've been pushed into smaller and smaller areas. So there's probably more in certain areas that weren't there before, they were scattered. But now they've been pushed.
I've kind of lost track of their schedule, BOMA's schedule. You know, I still get letters, even though I'm not on the farm anymore. I still get letters about when they're going to be hunting, and, you know, it starts in September but then they stop for a month here and there. I'm not quite sure what it is now.
I think it's.
usually it's
a little
right
cooler.
after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, it's what gets a little
It's right
cooler. They
after
don't hunt them.
Thanksgiving is when
Wait till the,
when
yeah.
deer hunting season start, but I think the township's going to have a special bow and arrow hunting.
Oh, it's-
Oh.
Yeah, in early November,
I
a
know
special
They
one.
contracted one time with, so I don't know if they're still doing that.
I
They
don't
used to
know.
contract with, they used to have for the hunters, they had a certain amount of time, and then they contracted with an outfit to actually go out and kill them, professional killers, basically.
Deer
Go out and
killers.
kill them, yes.
This is in that area where they were planning for those ball fields, Snipes track, is that what it's called?
Yes. I haven't heard anything about that in years, but yes, that's,
That's where they're planning this bow and arrow deer hunt.
oh, it's Snipes down by you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was going to be a park,
yes.
and that's been on hold for a long time.
And the other day I was driving, this past weekend, and I noticed quite a lot of deer in that area, like right in that, behind the fence.
Hmm.
So must be a good place for
Yeah, well, yeah,
bow and arrow hunting.
yeah, well, I used to see a bunch of them down there where they have all the apartments now and everything. That was open. There was a lot of them there, but obviously they're not there anymore.
I had my own near miss about 5 months ago on Creamery Road, and fortunately having lived there, I know to expect them. But I came as close as I ever could. He came diagonally across the road, and I did what you're not supposed to do. I swerved a little bit, hit the brake. You're not really supposed to swerve, which is why, I was encouraging you to update the deer thing, because even the narrative of, the do's and don'ts of
Yep.
deer driving around deer, because some people were saying, I swerved this, I swerved that. And as we know, when you swerve, your chances of dying go up considerably. But I was able to, because I was going slow enough and I expected on that road, I was able to literally just avoid hitting the deer. But you expect it there. I don't think on Oxford Valley Road, people expect it, which is why I was surprised.
Valley Road, when it comes up it turns and then comes this way to the building here, I'm careful, especially this time of night and even earlier. I see them out there, but there are people in fact, there was someone behind me, they want to go fast. I can't tell them, obviously, slow down, there's deer here.
But this stretch on Oxford Valley Road was up by me. In other words, think between McCaffrey's and Cole's.
Yeah.
That stretch
Yeah.
is where, once you get over the railroad tracks, it's pretty dark
Mhm.
as you
Yes.
go up. And that's where they were, that's where the 4 deer
Oh, yeah.
had been hit. And
There's times you can't, obviously, they come right out in front. There's impossible to stop.
Mhm.
But I mean, people do drive and they don't realize they're over the place there.
We don't realize, and the speed limit is 40 and a lot of people are going 50.
I have a question because somebody asked me about this. The deer was hit and managed to get on somebody's property and died on their property. They called animal control. Animal control told them that it was on their property and they don't take animals off. They don't take dead deer off their property. What should she do? This was just a friend of mine. She wasn't calling me.
I thought that was the game commission's responsibility.
Don't know. I don't know.
Well, that'd be something to find out. I thought it was, the animal control officer can't remove a deer. I didn't think it was because it was on private property. I just thought it's only one woman. She deals with smaller animals. She can't go. And I always thought it was, you called the police and the police called the game commission, or you called the game commission. But that'd be something, a good thing to find out.
Try calling the police.
Well, I told her to push it back onto the road and call the police.
Well, hey,
Yeah, well, that they could do, but.
that's an idea. I mean, unless the police, I mean, I think the police would have called the game commission even if it was on private property. But yeah, hey, that's a good practical solution.
I volunteer over there, Pennypack Environmental. That's in Montgomery County. And people call them, and if it's hit right away, they'll go pick it up and then have it butchered because it's fresh. And then they can use the meat.
Mm.
But of course, they have to get it right away, but people in that area apparently know them and they call them. I don't know if there's anything like that here to find out.
No, but when I hit a deer, it had just died and the police officer said, "Do you want it?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Do you have any problem with my taking it?" And I said, "No."
Yeah, 'cause it was- what's that?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, at least it, at least it's not just rotting.
Yeah.
Maybe you could reach out to Boma and see if they'd want it. I mean, in a more formal way, say, look, or I guess it would be the township, but if someone has just reported a deer, if there was a contact at Boma, I mean, they want the meat, right? They're bow hunting. They say
Yeah, the bow-
they use all the meat.
Yeah, they just have to have it, yes, but they know where to go for all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Have to find out about the more information. You get in touch, he's gonna need all the, all our, accident reports though.
I don't think he's.
I don't
gonna-
think he's
I don't think he's
gonna
going to
do
do it.
That,
I don't think Scott will do it,
I'll do it.
but I'm going to ask him how he did it so I can do it.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
think
I-
Yeah, okay.
he'll tell you how he did it.
You wanna do it?
Yeah.
Okay, good, okay, good. Okay. And, what do you, here, what else are you here for?
Okay, I am here regarding the intersection of Big Oak Road and Oxford Valley Road, which is the intersection by Kohl's, ShopRite.
Yes,
I had a pretty harrowing experience about a week ago. I was in the car with my brother-in-law was driving, my sister and myself, and we almost got broadsided because he was coming up Big Oak Road. He was coming up east on Big Oak Road. In other words, he was coming up from Township Line Road to Big Oak Road. It's also called Robert Sugarman Way.
yes, yes,
CVS is on your right,
yes.
and then you want to make a left-hand turn to go towards McCaffrey's.
You wanted to make a left-hand.
A left-hand turn
There's a
to take
left-hand-
me home because I live in Regency
There's a
Yardley, which
left-hand
is
turn
right
lane.
in that,
Right, there's two left-hand turns.
There's two.
right, it's
there's
two left-hand turns. And it's a very wide road there. It's 4 lanes.
Yes,
With a median in the middle. And he turned, it was late at night. It's dark. It's rather dark there. And he turned into the oncoming lane. In other words, you're making a left, instead of going over 3 and making a left, he went over 2 and made a left. So and he didn't realize it. He was in the southbound lane of Oxford Valley. And there were cars coming.
oh my gosh.
There were cars coming.
He really,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes. And he has, but it wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time they had driven me home. In other words, he was quote unquote familiar with that turn and he still made the mistake. And we were screaming for him to stop. And fortunately, there were 3 or 4 cars. They pulled over into the right lane. And and then there were no cars coming. So he just kind of plowed through and we went in that lane till he turned into Regency.
Go over I don't know if he could get over the
The median he probably.
median. I don't
No,
know.
he didn't have to go over the median.
Okay.
He was, there's 2 lanes and he's driving this way. These cars come over, get out of his way. He powers through and makes a left and took me home.
Okay,
And it was so sudden, but it was really
no,
scary.
but you really can't, I mean.
Well, this is what I want to say is that I'm familiar with that turn. I've
Yeah.
made it, I've lived there now for a year, just about a year. And I've made it many times. And I know that I have to slow down. And I know that when I make my left, there's going to be a bulb out of the median. I know it's not straight where you turn left and you just go straight. You have to go out a little bit because the median juts out a little bit. I'm familiar with everything. And then you get in the left lane and, I'm
I've
familiar.
used it many times and
Yeah,
I've made
I
that
mean,
turn.
once you're familiar, but if you're not familiar, it's dark. And I've just done a little bit of looking into it and there are no streetlights on that side of the road. So it is much darker than it needs to be. Now, what they have done, and you would think this would be enough, and it is enough during the daytime. What they have done is when you go to make the left, there are markings in the road showing you into the intersection where to go.
Yes.
Okay, there are markings. Also, there is one of those signs on the median. You're making the left, there's a sign on the median that has a little bit of reflectivity to it, but not much. And there's reflectors on the median. They have a little bit of reflectivity, but not much. And there aren't enough of them, in my opinion, okay? But what I did was I looked at a similar intersection, which is on the Newtown bypass. If you're coming from Newtown going to Yardley, and you come down Washington Avenue and Yardley Newtown Road, or Newtown Yardley Road, I guess, in Newtown, and you want to make a left onto the bypass. That intersection, and you can see it if you Google it, that intersection has 4 streetlights. On every arm, there are streetlights, all 4 arms of where the traffic signals are, there are streetlights. It's the same kind of deal where you're coming from one road and you're making a left onto a 4-lane road. And you have all those lights. Same situation. Well, it's not exactly the same, but in terms of the road you're trying to get on, it's a similar situation. And I'm going to write this up as an official traffic concern and send it to you. So, so you don't have to just rely on what I'm saying.
Right. You're saying they know the light there, another 2 lights.
I think the simplest thing would be, I know they've already done a lot in terms of doing the markings and
Yeah.
reflector. And I know, Sue Blundy is very big on reflectors. You remember, at least she used to be.
I've been there many times, never had a problem there. 'Cause
Are you there at night though, making a left-hand turn?
No, I guess not. It's always during the day and
The day.
I'm usually in the left and I go out and I want to get in the far lane.
Mhm.
I don't want to you want to get in the lane, the closest lane. So you want to make a left turn.
Right, I get in the
I
closest
make the
lane.
left and I want to go straight. So I go in the far lane.
And he was in the closest lane. I told him, I said, Michael, get in the closest
Yeah.
lane.
Mhm.
But he still did this and
Double
and
turn.
yeah. So just looking at it and comparing it with the other intersection, my first thought was, well, just put two streetlights. Now I realize this is all, I think, PennDOT responsibility. I think that road is right, a state road.
Yeah.
In the alternative, if they're not willing to put streetlights up, and I don't know who would object to streetlights there. I mean, there's a shopping center on one side, the
Yeah.
beginnings of Regency at Yardley, but there's no houses right up against that road. I don't know who would object to a streetlight.
I think there was a problem. There's always been a problem there, with people missing the light and them having an accident.
And having, well, that was another question I had was, are you still getting the accident reports?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and do they, I'm going to assume that Big Oak and Oxford Valley is well represented in the accident reports. Maybe you don't know, they don't tell you exactly the
No, you go
circumstances.
Exactly, well, that's right, they don't tell you.
They don't tell you. So I, you know, I don't know that a lot of people do what my brother-in-law did. Okay. But I can see how it could happen very easily. If you don't,
I'm surprised.
know
it's
the
not
area.
Happening, I didn't, yeah.
At night, I can see that happening at night because
Yeah, 'cause
during
you
the
have to
day
do
in
that.
broad.
yeah, during the
daylight,
day, you can see what
You still
know,
have to be careful during
you
the
still have to
day.
be careful.
You know, you're gonna go like that wide left.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you're gonna end up in the opposing lane.
And another reason you have to be slow is there are two lanes turning left
Yeah.
theoretically.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you've got to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that by itself is a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm always
Mhm.
careful to stay in the lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that keeps me from doing what your brother-in-law did, I suppose, but I'm just careful not to go in because you got two people
Right.
turning.
Yeah.
And a light would certainly help. 'Cause
Well,
at night it is very
Well,
dark.
some people might cross the lane.
Yeah,
too. They
yeah.
might cross,
Right.
don't realize they crossed.
And
the lane.
having those, those dotted lines that they put in, so you stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I mean, that helps during the daytime, but you can't see that at night.
Yeah. At night,
Can't
there
see them.
might not, like maybe if that paint was more reflective,
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if, PennDOT would turn you down for the streetlights, because streetlights are expensive, and then would they charge the shopping center for the light and
Yeah.
whatever, as a fallback position, maybe reflectors,
Mhm.
something,
Mhm.
some light, something.
CPS after this, so I'm curious, because I'll be taking that left turn after this meeting.
Oh, okay. So you'll see.
Check it out.
And again, if you know what you're, if you're, there's two types of people. If you live there, you've done it a million times. So you're careful, you know what to look for. But if you're
Yeah, I can understand.
if you're not,
I'm very familiar with that. Another one that can be challenging sometimes, coming off of Route 1. Coming up there, and I got in Oxford Valley a lot of times, and I wait. Because many times someone goes through that light,
Oh, yeah.
many
Mhm.
times. Because they don't see it, or they don't, whatever it is, their brain
There
doesn't.
was a bad accident about a year ago.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, I wait. If I see someone coming, I wait to see if they're gonna stop, because many times they've just
Right.
kept going, and I said, okay, enjoy.
I'm just curious from the accident reports, how many people, like if what my brother-in-law did was a outlier and nobody else does that,
Aberration, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe other people have done it, but you're the only one that said something. Maybe they're too ashamed.
Well, it is embarrassing. I mean, he was extremely embarrassed
No,
and
that's just it.
we were so
Yeah.
upset. We
It's
were
fortunate
screaming.
And it's fortunate the other people said, okay, we'll just move over. You can,
Yes, fortunate that they weren't these hot rodders
they
going
weren't
50
crazy.
miles an hour. Right. But anyway, I just wanted to present it
Okay.
to you so you
All
got an
right.
idea, but I
Okay.
will,
Okay,
now is the procedure still that I
Yeah.
go and print out the form and then can I scan it back in, or should I bring it to the township building, or is that
I think,
procedure changed?
yeah, you can scan it in email. Or
And
you
an
can
email
just
and just email it to
Yeah.
admin@lng.org. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll do that. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'll do that this week.
email a copy to us or to me, and I'll email it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll give you a copy. Well, thank you.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
yeah,
Good to see you, Jimmy.
yes.
It's good to
nice
see you.
See you.
On-
How is everything? How's your new place? Everything fine?
Oh, I'm getting there. I hired the high-end handyman. I've got a lot of handyman things, hanging paintings and everything. It's taken a while, but,
Oh, okay.
just to set the house up
All right, okay.
and I'm getting used to it. I haven't gotten too much into the social things yet,
All right,
but I will.
okay.
You have time.
There's a big, they have a big, house there, big,
Oh, the clubhouse, yeah.
clubhouse, yeah, the club, very big, yeah,
Clubhouse.
big one there. I
It's
think they have,
big
I think there's a,
10 acres too.
yeah, I think there's a pool there and everything. Yeah, there, yeah, yeah,
Well, it's good to put a face to
Yes.
you out there because I keep seeing your name.
yeah.
Yes, that's me.
They're still sending things to you, Ginny.
I didn't see you at the restaurant there, Millie's. Millie. Yeah, Millie. Yeah. Okay,
Good night.
good night.
For coming in.
Yes, it's all right. It's recorded. It's all right. And,
All right, so um, I went and looked at the planning commission and the
yeah,
zoning hearing board. There's nothing that pertains to.
nothing new about
Us to show.
the development.
Well, the development actually did go and print out the status of these projects that are under review. And so I think we were talking about the Orbit Farm. So that they had reviewed the preliminary plan back in 2023, June 12. It says here that the applicant is scheduling a meeting with PennDOT to review Route 332 improvements. It could be that, you know, how the township wants to realign Creamery Road
Yes,
and bring it to
yes.
Mirror Lake at that light.
They also had
Maybe.
they also had a problem with the entrance and exit there, where they were looking at what they exactly. They were gonna do.
So that may be, you know, something that they're discussing with PennDOT, because that.
Yeah, they probably are, because that was one of them. How about the other one, right?
The other one, Wright Farm, it says,
That one there definitely. would be
it says says applicant is reviewing access alternatives based on meeting with PennDOT to discuss Route 332 improvements. So same thing,
Same thing.
yeah. So, but that one, is at the time for that one, when they first, presented their preliminary plan. So there's a time period for review, and that supposedly expired October 1st.
Oh.
The Torbert Farm will expire end of this year.
What
So I
happens
guess
when they expire?
they just renew it,
Oh, just
extend
renew it,
or
okay.
extend it,
I
extend
was
it, yeah,
wondering what happened.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So those are
about
the
Anything with
Harris, Philstone Harris. This preliminary plan submitted for review, site visit conducted March 22nd,
I was there for that.
2024. Environmental impact assessment and traffic impact assessment submitted May 2nd, 2024. That's all it says
Yes.
on here.
They have to drill wells and all to check the.
I thought they did that already at one
They
time.
did. They have to do it again, I think. That's it. But
Okay.
eventually, maybe. That's been several builders have come and said no after a while. I don't know what's going to happen there.
That's the flower.
That's right down here on Edgewood Road. That's where that dump is in the back, the
Yeah.
former dump, yeah. Yeah, just past the roundabout, yes. Guess that was everything. Anything else? Or no,
No, I was just surprised at
Hmm.
turning on to Oakview and seeing the traffic speed monitor thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that New York development?
The other end of it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
off of Big Oak Road.
Yeah,
And you
it must
pull-
be doing a traffic study or something there.
they
Or,
just did one, like maybe 2
I
years
know,
ago.
but they redo them sometimes. Or for some reason, somebody said something and they just wanted to see, who knows? I don't know why they put it there.
I know, but it's
How
so,
long has it been there?
maybe 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it seems silly because you make the turn.
Yeah.
And it's right there. It's like, how fast can you go?
I don't know.
They did put up those two, I guess the speed,
Yeah,
that
that,
call it warning or
what
speed
was that?
on,
Oh.
what is that, Yardley Morrisville
Yardley,
Road?
Morrisville, I
Yeah,
think.
there were a couple ladies that
Yes,
came and
I've been-
asked.
I've been there and I've seen those.
Yeah,
Seen
they
those.
had them up and they took them down, but now they
Now
have,
they're
they have them up
They're
there. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's a little different than the other one you're talking
Yeah.
about. These are permanent.
I think it's these straight The straight streets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Anytime you have a straight street, it encourages speeding, unfortunately.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything else? Anything else we have? You're going to get together with for the pier.
Yep.
You're okay.
Mhm, yeah. I guess first thing we'll do is look at the accident report and note the address of where all these deer,
You're-
near misses
you're
or
right.
deer
Yeah.
hits are.
You want to contact Scott and just ask him
Yeah.
how did he do that?
Mhm.
Yeah, you
I think that's
contact
what he did. Yeah, because
Okay.
how would he get,
Scott Wiener.
how
Does
would
it-
he get
does it
these?
say?
I think it does.
Say
It
deer.
does say deer.
What I'll do is,
And I think sometimes even someone spotted a deer. They didn't actually hit a deer and they call it in. I think that gets reported
Yeah,
as
you-
well.
He's
And
a
that-
neurologist.
oh,
so
yeah, accident report.
So you're not a real
how
doctor.
about I pull that?
Yeah,
out?
Neurosurgeon. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a real
okay,
doctor.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's over in New Jersey.
And then I'm not sure what these different colors are. There's
Yeah, that's-
orange
that's
and
over here.
green and blue. Oh, it does say that. Okay.
No, no, it doesn't.
No,
Tell you what.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe one's an accident, one's a site.
yeah. Of them, what those colors, yeah, ask him what those colors are.
Types of deer.
Yeah.
I think he was.
I
Yeah.
hit a
Did-
deer a few years ago on the bypass as you're going towards Newtown before 95.
Oh, yeah.
I had my wife's like a little Miata,
Mhm.
went flying over my head. If I had a
Mm.
bigger car, it would have been totaled.
Mhm.
I had a lot of damage right over my head.
Oh, they can jump.
Oh.
They're good at that.
Hit him on his belly.
Oh, you did?
Oh, my.
Sometimes you just hit them. I mean, they're okay. They just,
No, he wasn't.
he wasn't. Oh, he wasn't.
I was
oh,
rattled.
He wasn't okay. Okay.
Stepped on the hood and kept going.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah, they
heard that
won't do
happen.
that. I mean, even sometimes it all depends how they're hit. They may just be stunned too.
Yeah.
I was,
Okay.
when I saw this map, I was surprised how many,
Is that, well, I want
how
to,
many pins there were. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of deer incident. Yeah.
we have another meeting. 11/18 and 12/16. So right now, we'll see what comes here.
So the meeting minutes from the previous
Yeah, I don't know.
meeting.
Did we okay those?
I think we
I
did.
think
by
last
mail.
time by mail, okay, because I think last time you said there weren't enough people that they couldn't.
I thought we okayed them by email or something. I don't remember. I'm just gonna give them, what do I have? I'll just give them to her. I don't know how, I don't know how far behind I am there. I'll have to find out how many,
This would be what, the July or the August? No, the August meeting, I guess.
September.
We
Man,
had
I've
a-
had enough people, I
We
can't.
had a meeting in July,
August,
then we
what's
had a
that?
meeting we had a meeting in July,
Right.
but I don't know there were enough people in July
Sure, we did
to
have a meeting, it wasn't
actually,
enough, and then we
I
had.
think July, we didn't have enough people.
Skipped August. and
No, we
now-
had an
I think
August.
We had one
meeting.
in August. We had one in August.
Wasn't here for the,
Was
you
not?
weren't here for. the
August, I wasn't here. We had one in July because I thought it was canceled.
No, I think we had one in July.
Yeah,
Maybe that
we
was
had,
it.
yeah, we had.
If I wanted to go back, like to do October, September and October, and I don't still have those, can I find those?
Yeah, I have them.
Oh, you have them? Okay.
What, the minutes?
No,
The accident,
reports.
accident,
Oh,
yeah.
I probably
yeah.
have.
All right,
Mhm.
and I'll contact you if I
Yeah.
can. Okay.
I'll send them.
Oh, that would be great. Just send them to me.
September, what's that, September, October?
October. I'll just
October. Excellent.
I'll mark them separately.
Okay. I think I have those. I think,
I probably still have them, but I
yeah.
just want to make sure.
Somewhere in all that junk that I keep. Yeah.
Used to keep them in the binder, but the binder. was
Then we
getting
have
too
to,
big.
then we
I
have
got
to
a
look at,
stack of those things.
we have to look at these guidelines too.
Yeah.
And see if we can update them or
Yeah.
we need to
This is-
update them.
This is good. Yeah, the other one you can't even, so I know we had that one you couldn't really, it was too small. You couldn't really see it.
Is this actually our? Is
This
this
is-
what our
this is-
territory is?
Yes. That's Lower Makefield.
And this is as far as we go?
Yeah, I think so, yes. Lower Makefield. All these other little.
So like Sesame Place and all that, that's not us?
That's not
No,
us.
that's not us.
No, I think Sesame Place is
It's
Middletown.
Middletown.
Middletown. Okay, well, this is a good map regardless.
Yeah,
You can get the map. I think they, I don't know if they still have them in the township. Dollar, you get those, I didn't bring it with me in the car. Map, it's not the map of this, of Lower Makefield.
Oh, okay. Well, we're at the township. line.
What's that?
Yeah.
sometimes they have.
Alrighty.
Motion to close the
All right.
meeting?
Meeting
Got it.
adjourned at, what time?